what I've said in the book, and people just have to see the background and the evidence to see what they think, is that the black holes resonate a frequency, and that is the base frequency of this reality. When this frequency vibrates, it is eliciting, it is triggering information from the suns, in our case, of course, our sun in the solar system, to deliver information in the form of photons. And what this creates is an information background construct that is absolutely the same in principle as the wireless internet. And we then decode that information into this reality that we're experiencing. The Qi energy that the Chinese talk about going through the meridian lines of the acupuncture area and belief and the healing technique is photon energy. The energy going through the Earth's energy grid and the ley lines and the vortex points, etc., is photon energy, and it's information. That's what it is. That's why they found that when the energy is passing through the meridian lines of the body too slowly or even too quickly, out of harmony, out of ideal, then you get some form of illness, some form of dis-ease, disharmony. And of course, the needles and other acupuncture techniques are there to balance this energy back to its harmonious state. And it's interesting that when people have a problem with their computers, they say, my computer's slow today, it must have a virus. Why is it slow? Because the information is not passing around the network to optimum speed, and therefore it malfunctions. And this is why, in the same way, when this photon energy, this information is not passing around the body at optimum speed, then there's a problem. The computer malfunctions, the body malfunctions. Now, coming back to, because everything connects to everything else if you keep talking long enough. This whole control system and the financial stuff that I'm seeing today, the foreign, the global stock markets, etc., we're at this epoch change where the energy construct of the previous epoch is now being replaced by the new one of much greater expansion and awareness, because this vibration from the black holes, and because scientists have established now that there's a massive black hole right at the center of this galaxy, and probably one at the center of every galaxy, which completely fits the theme. This vibration doesn't stay static. It moves through a cycle, and as it moves through its cycle, it is triggering different information from the suns in the form of photons. And so the way it plays out as it goes through its vibrational cycle and then comes back to the start again is it creates these epochs, these periods of experience in this reality on this planet that are different. So like the ancients talked about the golden age, which is just amazing expansion and infinite potential, and then that came to an end amid great catastrophes, floods, and the great flood they talk about, and all these other ancient civilizations talk about the same thing, the great geological and other catastrophes. And we've been through this period of suppression. It's almost like the dark ages of this cycle. And so the information construct has been very much supportive of that which wishes to control, which wishes to manipulate, which wishes to suppress. And now, as I was told 20 years ago, this is coming to an end, and we're now moving into this new epoch of a very different energetic construct, very different information construct. And again, people talk about the age of Aquarius, they talk about 2012 in the Mayan calendar. These are all different expressions of basically the same thing. So coming back to what's going on now is the control system has been working, because it can see down our quote timeline as we can't. They've been working to try to mitigate and suppress and dilute the effectiveness of this vibrational change upon people. And so they're trying to keep people in a state of vibrational density connected to the old epoch vibration and not connected to the new one, which will expand their consciousness, their awareness, their sense of self, their sense of the world, their potential for creativity. All of it's going to be fantastic once this control system's gone. And so they're doing it in many ways. It's my very strong belief, Patrick, that having put all this together over the years, that we're not actually seeing with this Orwellian period of control and gathering dictatorship, primarily an effort to have more power, although that's a byproduct in the short term. It is actually trying to stop the control system being dismantled by this vibrational change that's waking up minds, and when minds wake up, the control system goes down. And so they're bombarding us with chemical additives in food, which are destabilizing the body, computer, receiver, transmitter, chemically. They're doing it through all this microwave electromagnetic smog and fog that we now live in, and they're doing it in their ideal by putting microchips in everybody so that they can externally suppress our vibrational state and our ability to receive these higher levels of awareness, these higher levels of knowledge. And another key thing is, and this is in their writings, they're going to throw everything at us in this period to try to put us in states of fear, states of confusion, bewilderment, and instability. And so you've got the war on terror stuff going on. You've got the fear they're trying to generate, but they're increasingly losing ground on that, about climate change and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And primarily, of course, in terms of getting people worried and in fear, they're trying to crash, or they intend to crash, the world financial markets. Yes. And then offer the solutions, of course, which is a centralized global economy. Well, yeah, in a way, yes. I mean, what I strongly say is that what we're experiencing is a cosmic game, and it's a cosmic game which offers awareness, consciousness, the infinite level of us, the disembodied infinite awareness. That's what we are. We're awareness. Yeah. And when the awareness comes to experience this reality through the physical body, it's like the physical body is like the computer that takes us on the internet. You see, if I'm sitting here now and I go on the internet, actually I don't go on the internet. The computer goes on the internet. I observe the internet through the computer. And that's fine as long as me, the guy sitting here with the mouse and the keyboard, is in control of where the computer goes and what I think of where the computer goes. Because I'm now observing this reality from a point of view of consciousness. I'm observing into this world, but I'm not of this world in terms of the point of my observation. What would happen if that connection was lost is that now the computer level of reality would be deciding where I'm going on the internet, or where it's going, and what it thinks of it. And that's very much the theme of the way the control system works. It wants to disconnect the five sense level, what I call body-mind, the computer connection level of awareness, from consciousness, so that the body-mind level is basically driving the bus. And if you disconnect from that higher inspiration, that higher intuition, that higher knowing, which we all are, mm-hmm. then you start looking the other way to get a fix on who you are, where you are, the nature of reality, what's going on in the world and what to make of it. And you're looking in, if you like, to the cosmic internet to get a grasp of that. And what the control system's done, it's got control of all the forms of information within the reality on this planet, which you then look to get a fix for who you are and where you are and what's going on. The education system, the media, and what have you. Religion. In its manipulative form. Yeah. And that's the idea. It's to disconnect us. Now, I would suggest this cosmic game is laid out to do, in the way that I've just been talking about, with this vibrational cycle it goes through, which elicits different levels of awareness and information, it's a cycle which offers awareness a choice. Do you want to come in and experience a time of suppression, and what that's like, and what it's like to feel disconnected from your true self, or do you want to come in and experience this period of this golden age where everything's connected and you've got this incredible all possibility, all creativity? Because I had this series of pictures in my mind a few years ago now, when I was sitting in the bath, and first of all I saw clearly billowing energy, which I took immediately to be consciousness. Why I did that I don't know, but that just came to me immediately. Then this eye appeared inside this energy, and in front of the eye appeared a telescope. And then at the end of the telescope appeared the Earth, the solar system, the universe. And the last movement was for the telescope to morph into a human body. And it was, what I could see very obviously from the very simple sequence was what he was profoundly saying, which is that the body is a lens, just like a computer, through which consciousness experiences this reality, observes this reality. But the body computer mind level has awareness itself. It's not as expansive and all-knowing as what I call consciousness, but it has the ability to think and to observe and to react to what it sees, to make decisions. And because of the control system and the suppression, most people on the planet, it is changing, hallelujah to that, but most people on the planet are absolutely filtering all their experience through this very, very low level of awareness called mind. And only by getting us in that state can the few control the many on the scale that they do.
It's that old idea that, like the mind is a wonderful servant but a terrible master kind of idea.
That's absolutely perfect. Mind is there to be a vehicle to serve consciousness, to have an experience with this reality. And there are wonderful experiences to have. You see, when you are in a non-embodied state, you gravitate to vibrational levels that that sync with where you're at. So, if you're vibrating to, say, Radio 1, you're not going to be on a level of Radio 2 or Radio 4, you're going to be on Radio 1. What these virtual reality universes are, these cosmic games as I call them, they're a vehicle which, through the connection, the body-mind, consciousness of infinite different states out in the realms of disembodied awareness can experience the same reality together. They can look at each other through the same eyes. It's just a wonderful way and a wonderful place for all levels of awareness to experience each other. Really, it's just fantastic. But what's happened? What's happened in this period of suppression is we have lost that understanding, and it's now coming back. And as we open our minds, I mean, these phrases, Patrick, we use all the time. They're profound truths. When we open our mind, open our auric field, if you like, and connect with these higher levels, not of some other entity, ourselves, then our vibrational state changes. We connect with these truth vibrations. We decode from them much higher levels of awareness than we've had up to this point. Knowledge, understanding, knowing, and the river moves into another vibrational state, which creates a totally different experience in this reality. And our kids and grandkids are not going to live their whole lives. It looks like it now, my goodness, doesn't it? They're not going to live their lives in an Orwellian, fascist, communist global state. They're not. It's coming down. It's not going to seem like that for a few years, but it's coming down. In my lifetime, it's coming down. Yeah, when you spin a plate on a table, and when you first spin it, the cycle of the spin is very long and slow. And then when it comes down, it gets faster and faster and faster until at the end of the cycle, it goes rat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat and stops. Now, this cycle is very much. These cycles are very much like that. This is why what these truth vibrations can quite rightly be called the quickening, because it is like a quickening. And so what happens is things happen to our perspective. It doesn't really happen like that in reality, but to our perspective, more and more and more and more happens in shorter and shorter and shorter what we call time. As this epoch, this cycle is coming to an end, so all the debris of that cycle, all the hidden, all the dark stuff, all the debris, all the cesspit level of it, all of it has to come to the surface where it can be processed. And that's what the truth vibrations are doing. They're processing this stuff, and to do that, they're bringing it to the surface.
That's a nice visual. Yeah, I like that. That's a nice visual what you've just painted there.
Yeah, it's like it's quite funny, really. It's a hoot, actually, when I observe it, because we've got the control system here, which thinks it's the immovable object, but it isn't. And then we've got the irresistible force, which is this epoch-changing energetic transformation. And the control system, through wishful thinking, and not least considerable amounts of ignorance of what's going on, they think they're in control completely. They think that their agenda for centralized global fascist dictatorship is a done deal and just got to play out. They're in for the shock of their eternity, and that too will be their experience. What we're experiencing is cosmic game. Looking in, if you like, to the cosmic internet to get a grasp of that. And what the control system has done, it's got control of all the forms of information within the reality on this planet, which you then look to get a fix for who you are and where you are and what's going on. What we're experiencing is cosmic game. What we're experiencing is cosmic game.